Again, I want to remind you, I was not a prophecy studier or expert at this time when this vision came to me. I began to walk the streets in shock at the current events. The events are difficult to describe because lawlessness and fear was permeating society completely. After about 2 weeks of time, television and radio began to be back up and running. However, it was completely different than what was previously being broadcast. The broadcasts were being bombarded nearly everywhere, and they were depicting a soon-to-come new government and leadership. A man would be emerging to lead us. The man finally came on the scene. Almost immediately, he began to communicate through large-screen televisions that were strategically placed everywhere the general populace met. Now, what was strange about this is that this man's speeches and directions for the whole world had to do with new times upon us as human beings, new directives for global peace, and the need to give up current citizenship for world citizenship. This man continually and constantly spoke of world order and the benefits of all men dwelling.
We are gathered here to celebrate the spirit of humanity in the dawn of a new American era. In a season when many commemorate the birth of Christ, we commemorate our own Genesis, the enlightenment of all humanity, a revelation of our nature as written in the annals of history, a gift from Lucifer, the light bringer, the morning star, and the rebel.
Christians are targets in the Mideast, but President Obama will not give Christian refugees priority in coming to America. It is a system that keeps Christians out. Here's how it works. Those Syrian refugees, who we are supposedly vetting thoroughly, come from camps run by the United Nations. The UN system, accepted by Mr. Obama, effectively locks Christians out. This is appalling.
The closest battleground to Damascus.
What you're about to see is a testament to the brutality and ferocity of the Syrian civil war. Every house, every street, every block
Cut or not, rebels say they won't give up their only foothold in the capital, especially considering that the fate of Damascus may well be decided in this scarred ruin.
Scale.
One of the things we cover here is the move towards a cashless society, and it certainly is on the horizon as now European nations are eradicating cash. Michael Snyder is reporting from the Economic Collapse blog, a great website. He says, did you know that 95% of all retail sales in Sweden are cashless? Did you know that the government of Denmark has a slated goal of eradicating cash by the year 2030? All over the world, he says, we are seeing a relentless march towards a cashless society, and nowhere is this more true than in Northern Europe. In Sweden, hundreds of bank branches no longer accept or dispense cash, and thousands of ATM machines have been permanently removed. At this point, bills and coins only account for just 2% of the Swedish economy, and many stores no longer take cash at all. The notion of a truly cashless society was once considered to be science fiction, but now we are being told it is inevitable. And authorities insist that it will enable them to thwart criminals, terrorists, drug runners, money launderers, and tax evaders. Michael Snyder can ask this question, but what will we be giving up in the process? Well, he says in Sweden, the transition to a cashless society is being enthusiastically embraced. The following is an excerpt from a New York Times article he found that was published on Saturday. It says here, parishioners text their tithes to their churches. Homeless street vendors carry mobile credit card readers. Even the ABBA Museum, despite being a shrine to the 1970s pop group that wrote Money, 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 considers cash so last century that it does not accept bills and coins. Few places are...
People rushing to the stores today. The ATMs of America will be humming with activity, dispensing cash for last-minute gifts. But this morning, we're getting a glimpse of what could be the future new technology that would render your ATM card a relic. ABC's Gio Benitez is here with more. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Dan. Good morning, Lara. You really won't believe your eyes. Or maybe I should say you won't believe what your eyes can do. And that's because your cornea may become your next debit card.
Agent confirmed.
It's like a scene out of Mission Impossible. But biometrics are no longer the future. They're here. Citibank giving GMA an exclusive look inside its Citi Innovation Lab, where they are in the early stages of testing this high-tech ATM that uses your eyes, not a card, to verify your identity.
Let's say you wanted $60, and you'd say okay.
And when you arrive at the ATM,
just identify yourself, get your money. There's no more card, there's no more PIN, no more paper receipt.
When it comes to cardless ATMs, Bank of America says it is also testing them, and JP Morgan says it already plans to roll some out in late 2016.
Use your fingerprint.
I think we're at a point where you don't need cash for most of what you need to do today already.
So for us, it's a nice transition, shows that we're sort of, on top of the trend as well, the move over to the paperless receipts, everything of the sorts.
On busy weekends like Black Friday, they are actually pulling people out of line with one of our mobile point of sale solutions and asking people if they wanted to go paperless. So if you're willing to get an email receipt, you could jump the line, pay with a card, and be out of here faster.
This is something that we're starting to see how the world and the economies around the world are going to a cashless society.
Previously, I'd always said that around the year 2030, Sweden would in effect become cashless, meaning that cash would cease to play any real role in society. But when I look at the developments over the last 2 years, I actually now think it will happen faster than that.
Biometrics is the key that defines us and uniquely identifies who we are. By digitizing and applying biometrics into the world, Suprema securely protects information, assets, and people across communities. Biometrics and security at home or at work, sites large or small, even in digital spaces. Suprema's world-leading algorithm and technology protects the world with the power of true identity. Suprema's innovation will explore infinite possibilities and overcome challenges. To introduce technologies that will lead the world to the next frontier.
Lagano, sve ide brzo, odlično napravljeno.
You give a card, and that's it, and you pay for it. How simple is that? Very nice, absolutely.
When you go to the doctor's office, you may be asked to place your hand over a strange-looking device. It's called a palm scanner.
looks like something out of a futuristic movie, but it is the real deal. It begins with its scanning your palm to create a unique identification code linked to your medical records.
What's next? App, plastic, microchip implants, RFID readers, mark of the beast, save he that has the mark no man may buy or sell. I think these are incremental steps in that very direction.
Here we are, 2016, and we've got earthquakes to wake us up.
We're having another earthquake right now. The studio lights are shaking as we speak. We just had a big earthquake.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Yeah, that one was a big one. So you saw it here live.
Wow.
Another one. Wow. We've had several in the Edmond area over the past few days.
Sure have.
We've had 6.
Yeah, I had a big one a couple of days ago, because we'll be checking the USGS. A lot of you are probably switching on your television right now since you were awakened or you're still up from New Year's.
Could be.
Residents awake early this morning in the metro. It was the second strong quake in less than a week.
This latest earthquake has left a lot of people shaken up.
She looked out the window to see the walls coming down, and it wasn't over.
It didn't feel like a rumble. It felt like somebody's like picked up our house and threw us like boom.
The quakes aren't just getting stronger, but closer to more populated areas, which means more damage and higher risk.
We begin with that earthquake that jolted people from their beds across the Lower Mainland late last night.
The quake struck near Victoria, but was felt right across Metro Vancouver.
At 4.8, it wasn't the size of this quake so much as where it hit, the most densely populated part of the province. Seismologists placed the epicenter near Victoria.
Felt over a very, very wide area. It's the strongest shaking in this region for the past 15 years.
It was a good one. I haven't felt one that strong in a while.
She is one of thousands of people all across 3 counties here in Southern California that felt at a 4.4 earthquake that was centered near Devore and followed by more than 30 aftershocks.
Yesterday's earthquake, the building was evacuated and inspected.
Well, coincidentally, a couple of weeks ago, a report came out that said San Bernardino City Hall needs some minor work to be done to make it completely earthquake safe. And a lot of people here knew about that report, so you can understand when the ground started shaking why there were some
jittery. 2nd, 2016. This is an updated version of one of the ones that got took down, guys. It's about asteroid 2013 TX68. Let me pull this up. Notice yesterday's date is when I started the model, January the 1st, when I actually began the video. This thing is behind Earth and slightly below us. It's going to come very close, one of the closest that we've ever seen that we knew about that was coming. Now, as I advance this up into March 5th, what you're seeing is 2 colored blue lines. Watch this in 720 HD if you can't see them, because that's what it's recording in. The dark blue line means that this asteroid is below the ecliptic of our inner solar system planets. The light blue line is when it rises. On the back side, it was diving in, going around behind the sun. And as it comes around exactly on March 5th, it rises from below us, the southern ecliptic, into the northern ecliptic. And that's where it goes back to the light blue line. So it will be coming below us and from the sun side. According to their models, and we'll go through that data, which is a lot of information in there that's very different from other asteroids. It's showing about 1:15 p.m. on the East Coast on March 15th. That afternoon would be the close approach data. But this one has some unusual distinctions as far as time of uncertainty in exact moments. Some of these asteroids, they've got down to 0.01 second. Very rarely will you see one go into an hour. Some will be 2 or 3 hours of uncertainty. But this particular object has a 2-day plus uncertainty. They haven't seen it since 2013. It was not this close on the last pass. But they knew.
Got another anomaly again in the ionosphere of our planet Earth. I don't know what this means, guys. I saw this like 6 months ago, and it does seem to be the real deal. It's consistent with many frequencies on this particular instrument, and very strong data showing up at the South Pole especially. It's just overwhelmed with energy according to this instrument, and I take it at face value. It is what it is. Comes on the heels though of a strong geomagnetic storm last night that probably was visible down around, heck, even the Sacramento, California area. I jumped over to CERN, just taking all things into consideration to see if they had any possible particle accelerator events going on, and I didn't see anything, but that doesn't mean that it's not doing something. And I will say that there was a solar flare, a long duration solar flare, but it was just an M1 right here off the southwestern limb of the sun. You can see it right there. It's very active. It wasn't a square Earth directed, but nevertheless, I think the energy was absorbed in the D region, but certainly not to these levels. So Earth is feeling something else. Don't know what it is, guys, but we saw this 6 months ago, so it could be a pattern starting to develop. We'll have to keep an eye on it and see, but right now that is at maximum.
Hello.
Hey, Randy.
Hey, Blake. How you doing?
Hey, pretty good, man. How you doing?
Oh, real good.
All right. Hey, where did you capture this? In Arizona?
Yeah, in Arizona. I actually live in Scottsdale, Arizona.
Okay.
So it was actually looking to the west, so it's really part of Scottsdale and then off into Phoenix. So yeah, I can't really tell how far away it was, but it looks like it was definitely a distance.
Yeah, and to you, what do you think it was? It looks quite strange to me. That's why I'm calling you back, Randy.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is it was just this big, you can see a circle kind of in the sky. And from what I can tell, I would say that circle had to have been at least a half a mile across, minimum probably.
I see. I see it's a photograph. There was really no video of it that you captured, but can you explain to me on how long did it last? Did it seem like it was opening?
It was just there for a second or two.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was just a flash of light, and it was there. It got a picture of it, done, and it was gone.
Wow.
So I have pictures before that and pictures. I don't know if I have another one after that. I took a picture after that and just before, 2 or 3 pictures before, and like a picture or two after that.
So you're saying this event only lasted for approximately about 15, 20 seconds or so?
Oh, no. It was I'm talking 1 or 2 seconds. Wow. It was just there briefly. I had to be honest with you, here's what happened. Basically, I don't know if you know my story. Did you go to my channel at all and check it out?
Do you have some video of it? I saw that you were explaining your still photograph.
Right. But I mean, if you don't know, I literally 2 years ago asked for orbs to come down.
Yep.
Literally went out on my patio, and 18 seconds later, one came down. And then ever since then, I've had orbs around me 24/7 for 2 years. So I literally photographed them every single day of my life for 2 years.
So now now you kind of got what you asked for. It sounds like.
There you go. But not just that, a whole lot more.
Well, this isn't an orb, that's for sure. May I say, could be like a portal or interdimensional opening of some sort?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking it is. Some kind of and this isn't the first time. I've seen it before, but it didn't look like that at night. It was just the brightest light in the sky, in the same exact location, from the same place. So, I don't know.
Well, you know what? We're going to share it on Third Phase Moon. We're going to let the people, comment below, see what the opinions of the public are.
Yeah.
Randy has a channel. He calls it Go For It Randy.
Right.
Everybody take a look at that. I'm going to have the link below so everybody could take a look at the further adventures of Randy as he, basically calls out orbs. Now they're around him all the time. Hey, Randy, thanks for sharing. Appreciate this.
Oh, you're welcome. So, when did you want to do this? And later at 9 or?
Oh, we just did it.
Oh, we just did. It's
Yeah,
done.
we sure did. Just like
Oh,
that.
okay. Cool.
That's how it rolls right here, man. Real time.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right, Randy, we're going to put your link below and get the photograph out. We're going to put up 3 other videos following this, so
All right.
it should be
Sounds
quite
good.
an exciting episode.
Awesome. Sounds good.
All right, Randy. Hey, thanks a lot. We'll keep in touch. You keep in touch, right?
All right. When should it be out, do you think?
Oh, it's going to be out tonight.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right, man.
Take care, Blake.
Okay,
Thanks
you
a lot.
too. Thanks, Randy. You have a good one. That was Randy from Arizona submitting video or photograph. Let's get to some more evidence.